If you are going to do a city, then we drop it in a folder and have a lot of content around that city like its own website. I'll tell you who does this, by the way, just so you know that I know what I'm talking about. We used to do, and it'd be okay too to do like your domain as a subdomain for the city. So it'd be, let's say it's HVAC, abchvaccompany.com, and let's say it's Springfield. It'd be springfield.abchvaccompany.com or Dallas or Phoenix . That's a subdomain, and that's a whole website within the website. If you do this and you type it in, you can type in maps.google.com, and we started to do it the same way Google does, which will redirect it to google.com/maps. So we'll take that abchvaccompany.com and / an entire website in there for that location in that city. Hey there, it's Nolan Walker with HVAC Webmasters. I'm going to talk about marketing for multiple business locations for HVAC companies. This one is an important one for me, and I know that we do it better than anybody. There's all sorts of confusion out here. When somebody grows past one location, or they're wanting multiple cities and things like that, it gets messed up bad. And what ends up happening, these people don't get any organic traffic at all. So we can go into paid advertising here. That's easy enough. So easy to go in and just say, hey, I'll pay for this city to get some AdWords. I'll pay for this city for Facebook ads. We can do that no problem. But I'm going to talk about how you split this up for an organic basis, and it's important. So let's say that you have 3 legitimate locations, and now you have a problem. Had somebody call me the other day, and they were in separate states, and all 3 locations were in a separate state. Well, back in the day, and usually that's not the case, but let's say it is or not. Let's just say you're in one market. It's really weird. You can't just keyword stuff all of the cities and say air conditioning repair for this city, and that city. It looks weird. It looks weird to the user. Google can tell. It waters down everything. It'll cause problems. It won't optimize well. So, Nolan, what do you do? Well, do you do a location for each of them? You could, but that's trashy too. It starts to, not a location, do you do a website for each of them? If you already have it, fine. But you don't want to start out that way. So if you already have it and it's optimized, fine. As long as it's not within the same metropolitan area, it'll probably be okay. If it's too close together, Google will call foul on it. So as you set these structures up and you structure these websites, and I do want to talk about paid just for a second as well. So we'll go over the paid, and right now we're going over organic. So what you don't want to do, guys, is a bunch of trash junk city pages. Don't do city pages for no reason. Don't do copied city pages. Don't do one city page. That's all bad. In fact, they've begun at this point to actually hurt the primary website. So you could have been done well and you go and slap 50 city pages up and you get a penalty. If you are going to do a city, then we drop it in a folder and have a lot of content around that city like its own website. I'll tell you who does this, by the way, just so you know that I know what I'm talking about. We used to do, and it'd be okay too to do like your domain as a subdomain for the city. So it'd be, let's say it's abchvaccompany.com, and let's say it's Springfield. It'd be springfield.abchvaccompany.com or Dallas or Phoenix . That's a subdomain, and that's a whole website within the website. If you do this and you type it in, you can type in maps.google.com, and we started to do it the same way Google does, which will redirect it to google.com/maps. So we'll take that abchvaccompany.com and / an entire website in there for that location in that city. And it goes without saying that it is far better if these are legitimate locations. You actually have a legitimate location, not a house. Well, you can have one house, but once there's 2 locations, Google doesn't want you to have any house. So once there's 2 locations, they both need to be commercial. They don't like shared space. They don't like virtual offices are off the table at this point. If you still have one, they're in the process of getting rid of them. So legitimate locations, and then you have deep dive content associated with that city that's essentially like a website inside the website. This is how we'd structure it. And again, Google does it this way. They don't do a whole new website for mapping. It's google.com/mapping. It used to be maps.google.com. Subdomain, same thing, folder inside. That folder would be connected to the Google account, right? So on the city, we'd have that folder, which is basically a website inside the website. And here's why we do it this way. Here's what the worst thing is. The site's all convoluted and there's a little city page for each one. And then your primary .com's attached to the Google account. Well, that's all jacked up. And here's why it's all jacked up. You're here on the organic side, so we're trying to get as much organic as possible, and you just lost all your organic keyword terms. Well, that's horrible. Why would you lose all the organic keyword terms? Because it got convoluted and the web people that you dealt with didn't know how to do it properly. So I'd like to have a little website on each of them within the main website. That way if somebody's in there, and I have in the header, by the way, oh, hey, abchvaccompany.com has a phone number up here in the header for this location, this location, this location. So anybody that comes up there sees it, it's structured well. They see the name of the company, they see my cities, they see my phone numbers, and they're like, oh, hey, I came here on this city, I went back into the main website, I found my way in there. If it's structured right, it won't happen, by the way, but let's say they do. They went to the .com because it's on the side of the truck. That's another thing. What are you going to do on the side of the truck? Put the subdomain or the other? No. You don't want to have to worry about wraps and paperwork and different websites. It all becomes all jacked up. So you have your .com on your side of your truck. They come to the website, they see a locations drop down. They at the header anyway, in case they're in a different city, they see the location at the top header. When they click on the location, well, then all of a sudden they're inside that location, and you got full organic in there because you've got multiple pages of content about your services on each city to optimize and take full advantage of the organic keyword rankings. That also ties into the mapping, which you get separate reviews for, which we provide a review service here in dashboard and platform, all set up properly. You start to see how it's all banging together, all working. So this is how it's set up. So you do deep content on each of them. Those are basically websites within the website. They're split by folders, but there's content in there so you don't miss all your content. The different types of parts you replace, the different types of services, AC and heat and types of air conditioning units, all this stuff and brands and all that. You want it for each location or you lost all the other stuff. Then you're paid only, and that's horrible if that's the only thing you have. So it's properly set up, properly linked out. It links in through the Google accounts, goes into its actual category, which will optimize in organic search results and be supported by the entire structure. If you look at this Google versus Facebook and Instagram and other platforms, you only got to have one Yelp account. You only got to have one Facebook account. But Google on the local side wants you to have a separate address. And that's where this confusion comes in. I don't want you to lose the organic keyword terms, do you? You want to have it all done there? You want it done right? You want to get it all, right? Okay, so that's how you do locations. All these locations, for Google's sake, need separate reviews and separate review modules set up. We provide that too. So get all the organic. Get all the maps. Get all the reviews. Don't lose any of this stuff. Don't end up with a convoluted thing that only allows paid. Now, paid is great. It's no problem. I've talked about this before. In order of where your return is somewhere, it's organic resounding. That's your organic keyword rankings, your map placement and your reviews, and everything in the whole world of everything you do determines that. And then you can pay for AdWords, ad spend, Google, and Facebook. Retargeting is part of that. That's my first. If I actually had to give it a second, it's retargeting and pixel tracking, Google, Facebook first, then ad spend, right? And traditional ad spend, Google, Facebook. And then people do stuff like buy leads, other services, lead services, things like that. And then community outreach and print and things of that nature. Don't lose your organic because you expanded and things got convoluted. And if this went slightly off for you, like, Nolan, actually I have one location, I just want cities. Well, I don't recommend any junk city pages because Google started to actually penalize the whole website. We can deep dive one city is better than you trying to go for 10, because the 10 will actually give you a penalty and won't do anything anyway because it's just trash. But better yet, the interior city that we went deep dive on is connected to an actual location that is legitimate. And I've been telling people recently that if they don't like, you can't really blame them for not liking the virtual offices, PO boxes. They're starting not to approve virtual offices or even take them down. And they want good results. They don't want trash on there. I know that you want more than the city you're in, but you're better off at this point of getting everything that it has to offer and expanding the heck out of it. So on paid, it's simple, man. We're a Google AdWords partner. Do paid, fine. Tell Google exactly where you want to buy clicks. Go in exactly where it is. Same on Facebook, like narrow down and grab those cities. Ad spend on that side for us is easy. This is the complicated one. So I hope that helped you out. You understand all this and the difference in all of it. It is a huge game changer. It costs a little bit more if this has happened, but it's still inexpensive. We can split it all out properly, and then you can bang out organic like a champ and organic keyword terms expanded through all markets and get all the terms, mapping, reviews. It's a beautiful thing done properly. You can think of it a little bit, and by the way, we do this better than like a franchise will even do this cruddy. The one goofy little franchise. Somebody paid all that money and they got one stupid little page. We do an entire website in the folder for each. Drop it, split it properly, connect it properly, and it's great. So if you didn't understand it, man, we're happy to answer questions and kind of go over it with you, but this is the way to properly do it. All the other little details that we do, code base, content, tons of it, working on blogging, citations, domain authority, then it all rocks together, reviews, and that's what makes it all explode and get you dominant in your market. And those are the things that they grade, and then this structure helps them understand it and is the legitimate structure and way to do it. So we'd love to have you as a client. Please call us someday and ask any questions. We'll do a free site evaluation. Look forward to hearing from you someday.